Welcoming you to Dunning Field at Hall's Plaza on the campus of New Canaan High School, home of the 2023 Class L state champions, the New Canaan Rams, and their head coach, Lou Marinelli. This evening is senior night as the Rams take on Norwalk High School in an FCAC East Division matchup. The Rams say hello to the players, coaches, and fans of the Bears, and their head coach, Mike Forget.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Dunning Stadium for some primetime high school football here in New Canaan as the Norwalk Bears take on the 4th-ranked New Canaan Rams. We'd like to welcome you inside the broadcast booth. I'm Ryan Bell, joined alongside PJ Neville and Rob Frangione. And guys, the Rams look to continue their winning streak, but PJ, I know you're familiar with this Bears team, so what can you tell the audience about Norwalk?
Yeah, well, this Norwalk team, they run a very familiar scheme like that of Darien these past couple years. Obviously, their coach, Mike Forget, came over from Darien just last year. They like to run a 4-3 on defense with really 6 guys up close on the line with those 2 outside linebackers, and they fare very well against the run. They don't like to blitz as much as Darien, but definitely better against the run than the pass. Their pass defense really is missing Savas Kadonis, who left last year, graduated, and he was kind of their star defensive back. Obviously, everyone remembers his one-handed interception, so that's a big loss for them.
Yeah, and Rob, going to New Canaan, what can you tell us about the Rams and especially their defense these last couple weeks?
Well, the defense has definitely been the story so far this season. Last week they shut out Wilton, who beat formerly number 1 ranked Greenwich. That was a huge win last week. If we could pull up Michael Kierman, who has, I believe, he's credited with 25 tackles on the season so far, and he forced that safety last week. The offense has been efficient so far, with Luke Robinson only throwing 2 picks to 10 touchdowns and almost 2,000 yards. Unfortunately, tonight they'll be out without one of their main weapons, in Henry Stein, who's out with a sickness. So Hudson Kenny and sophomore Finn Mako will look to step in for him.
Yeah, PJ, going back to Norwalk, they're coming off a 40-point win in their last game, but obviously that was against a Bridgeport Central team, so, asterisk with that. But what can you tell us about Norwalk these last couple weeks?
Their offense has been really led by quarterback Mason Arena, who took over the reins last year from Sean Brown, the quarterback, Stonehill football, Division I, and he's done a very good job so far. He really grew up, not the top guy at starting quarterback. Typically, for the Norwalk youth teams, it was actually Joey Haggerty, who's now starting at Wilton. But Marina, he's been a great addition for this team, and really his leadership has increased tremendously over these past couple years.
Yeah, and Rob, going back to New Canaan, kind of talking about the offense, you mentioned no Henry Stein tonight. How do you think the Rams' rushing attack will look without him? Obviously, you mentioned Finn Mako a little bit.
Well, so far with their rushing attack, ball security has really been a big issue for the Rams. I believe they have 7 fumbles in 6 games, which is obviously not a stat that you really want to have on your sheet. So it's probably going to be a split backfield between Hudson Kenny and Finn Mako, who will be looking to make a bit of a debut this week. And we talked to Coach Marinelli earlier today, and he actually dubbed him the future of the program.
Yeah, so we'll take a quick pause for the national anthem, and we'll be right back after this. I'd like to welcome you back from that national anthem. New Canaan won the toss and deferred. Rob, I'll go back to you because I know your thoughts kind of got cut off a little bit, but going to that rushing attack. But how about the passing attack for New Canaan tonight? What can we expect from this Rams offense?
Well, the passing attack has looked really efficient so far. I mean, your top weapon is Andrew Esposito, who has 27 catches for 521 yards and 6 touchdowns. And I got to say,
what's up, NCTV? I'm Will Sexton. New face on camera from the...
Well, that's not... Apologies.
So, Rob, what were you saying about that New Canaan offense?
Some words going on in our ears there, but Andrew Esposito, he's got 27 catches for 521 yards and 6 touchdowns, which is really not something you see from a New Canaan receiver most of these days. And obviously, you've got Charlie Koch with 168 yards and 2 touchdowns to complement him. And yeah, it's been a really good receiving plethora that they've had this season. And Robinson, he's looked very efficient, like I was saying. Got 1,045 passing yards, 10 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He's averaging a 174.2 yards per game and a 113.8 passer rating, which is, I mean, it may not look like a lot on the stat sheet, but that's very impressive efficiency-wise.
Yeah, so it looks like New Canaan will be kicking off to Norwalk. Tucker Stevens getting ready, and PJ, Tucker Stevens, what a kicker he has been this year for New Canaan.
Yeah, he's been great. Outside of that Wilton performance, he was perfect. Missed a field goal and a PAT in that Wilton game. But Tucker has been very talented all year long. He was All-State second team last year, only behind Darian's Anson Sikora. And he's just, another one in the long line of great New Canaan kickers.
Even with that game last week, he's still first in the state in field goals made and kicking points scored.
Yeah, so Norwalk getting that opening return just around the 40-yard line, might be just shy, about the 39-40-ish, and we'll be underway to start this game. And New Canaan getting everyone ready. Rob, we talked to Coach Marinelli earlier, and he talked to us about his linebackers. What can you tell us more about that linebacker core?
Well, he had very high praises for guys like Will Sullivan and Michael Harriman, who is an outside linebacker. But, yeah, he was mentioning how he wasn't exactly entirely coming into the season. He wasn't sure how Sullivan was going to be for them this year, but he's really stepped up.
Yeah, first play, Rena taking a shot down the field, and already Norwalk into the red zone. Seems like a busted coverage there as Mason Rena found Kevin Gordon, and already a blown coverage for New Canaan, PJ.
Yeah, Gordon, small but mighty player. He's really, got a great burst of speed at times, and seems like he just caught McInerney flat-footed on that one. McInerney wasn't anticipating it. I'm sure really New Canaan's entire defense was kind of thinking run, but Norwalk decided to go pass, and Rena found him deep. It was a huge pickup.
What a throw there by Rena, and already is that first player from Norwalk. They're on the 8-yard line. Here's the handoff. Decent-sized hole there, but a bunch of New Canaan defenders swarming in to make the tackle.
Yeah, that's Ethan Hudson, Norwalk's workhorse running back. We've seen him all year long. He played a very good game in that Darien loss, although they did lose pretty big. That one was 49-14 in favor of the Blue Waves, but Hudson did play very well.
Second and goal.
Yeah, that's second and goal from the 3-yard line. Let's see what Norwalk can do with their third play from scrimmage. Rena, play action fake. That ball almost intercepted in the end zone. Risky throw there, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and goal, Rob.
And yeah, Blake Schwartz was not fooled right there at all by that slant move. He read his hips the entire time, and he was there to make that play. Almost looked like he was going to make a jump on the ball like Malcolm Butler in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was thinking that for a sec, too. That's a risky play because obviously if you have the separation, you can make that throw. But right there, obviously you don't want to force it anywhere. So that brings up a 3rd and goal from about the 3-yard line. See if this one will go to Ethan Hudson out of the backfield. Rena drops back, looks for the zig route, and that one is not the best throw there. Looks like that was number 24, James McInerney, back there in coverage, PJ.
Yeah, McInerney, we've talked about him all year long, really been kind of the star pupil of this New Canaan junior class since 4th grade when he moved here. So McInerney, been a big guy, been an integral part of this New Canaan program, and just once again, you're seeing it.
Yeah, right now 4th and goal. Norwalk offense staying out in the field, and I think I agree with this call. If you want to beat a top 5 team in the state, you got to go for this one here.
Got to be aggressive.
So here we go. 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. New Canaan defense being tested early. Rena on the gun. He's going to drop back, looking across the middle of the field. Has a guy open over on that right side. Missed tackle, and that's going to be a touchdown for Norwalk. That was Ethan Hudson out of the backfield. And he was just too shifty there on that one-on-one move. And PJ, Norwalk striking first.
Definitely very interesting, but you look at it from a grand perspective, and this is a huge piece of momentum for Norwalk, being able to get a 5-play touchdown drive against a very good New Canaan defense, and Hudson there able to shake Grayson Ladley for the one-on-one, kind of play into the end zone.
And the kick is good.
Norwalk goes up 7-0, not even 2 minutes into this game against New Canaan. I don't think anyone expected this.
Yeah, Rob, I mean, there's a one-on-one there. Ladley couldn't make the tackle. What did you see on that play to give Norwalk a 7-point lead right now?
Well, it looked like just about everybody went left, maybe except for one guy, and that left Norwalk's guy wide open on the right side of the field.
Yeah, take a look right there.
That is just a very hard tackle for Grayson Ladley to try to make in the open field, and he's going to get in the end zone if he can't make that.
So I don't think anyone thought that Norwalk would take an early 7-0 lead here. And, we talked to Coach Marinelli earlier, guys. He mentioned the importance of not going down early and not taking your foot off the gas. But right now, New Canaan is going to have to fight just a little bit of adversity down 7-0. But, Rob, building on to that, now we get to see the Rams offense in the play of Luke Robinson.
Yeah, and I think, another thing to kind of look at, and, a positive note for you New Canaan fans out there, this Norwalk team was also tied 7-7 with Darien at one point. So Norwalk definitely has experience getting off to hot starts, but don't necessarily do good kind of in the back half of games.
If you're a team like Norwalk, that's what you got to do to really put your opponents off guard at the beginning of the game.
Here is the return from Michael Smith. He has some good blocking there, and he's still going. Breaks a tackle. Michael Smith getting just before the 50-yard line, and that's the starting field position that the Rams want.
Michael Smith with the return for New Canaan.
Great job by the Rams, and this is where if you're Norwalk, you can't get too ahead of yourself. You still have basically an entire football game left to play. You cannot get too cocky just because you went up 7-0 on a New Canaan, very good New Canaan team who definitely has the ability to come back. And it'll be interesting to see how they respond in comparison to how they responded in that Massac game, right? Not too well, so.
Yeah, right now for New Canaan, it's Hudson Kenny in the backfield, Rob, so we'll keep track of that the whole game of who will be in the backfield for New Canaan. 1st and 10 from the 49. Charlie Koch in motion. There's Kenny right up the gut, good blocking. There's a nice little chunk game from New Canaan. That interior offensive line, really the whole offensive line as a whole, Rob, is so good for New Canaan, which really opens up these holes for the running backs.
Down by number 4,
Adrian Delicata coming back from a knee injury that sidelined him since
gain of 7 yards on the play.
That's going to be one of those guys that really
brings up a 2nd and 3 for the Rams.
Yeah, it's a gain of 7 there, so that'll bring up a 2nd down and 3 from the 44. The bunch formation for New Canaan, all those wide receivers close. Koch again goes across in motion. Another one of those short pitches over to Hudson Kenny, and he'll have enough to pick up the 1st down.
It was that same exact play there, same motion from Koch, and like I said, Adrian Delicata, he was the guy who made that block that allowed Hudson Kenny to get that 1st down.
Yeah, PJ, isn't it so great to have Adrian Delicata back on this offensive line?
Yeah, Delicata, he was a starter as a sophomore last year for the Rams, and Coach Marinelli, we were talking to him before the game. He said that Delicata probably should have been all FCAC, but he told Delicata kind of after the season that, don't worry about it, right? You're only a sophomore. You're going to have your opportunity. He got hurt early on this year, as we were just talking about. But Delicata's back, and he's a huge part of this offense.
First down and 10. Now it's Cuesta coming across in motion. There's some pre-snap movement. Looks like a false start on Canaan.
Peter Brand.
You don't want some flags early on in the game, and I'm sure Coach Marinelli's not going to be too happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. And, your line can't be the ones beating you up in this game if you're New Canaan. They have so much size against this Norwalk squad. Really, Norwalk has one or two guys that can kind of compare, but everyone else for Norwalk, really does not compare in size to this New Canaan team.
Yeah, Kenny gets that inside zone there. He'll pick up a couple yards, and Delicata's all the way back there kind of talking to one of those Norwalk players.
Carried by Kenny.
Yeah, it was good to see a little bit of chirping, trash talk from players. Friendly competition.
Williams able.
So that was only, that was a gain of about 6 right there from the 1st and 15. So that's going to bring up a second down and 9. Yeah,
second down and 9.
Canaan yet to throw the ball. We'll see if this will be the first one. There's some movement on Norwalk. It looks like
Norwalk to jump. Yeah,
it's going to be some encroachment over there on Norwalk. Good little hard count there from Luke Robinson, PJ.
Yeah, I believe that was Jackson Ermo on the jump, number 10, and he's a fantastic baseball player, for those of you who don't know. Played with some of guys on this New Canaan team, most notably, I believe, Adrian Delicata. I think it was the summer after 8th grade, so going into high school, and then those guys kind of separated, but they did play club baseball together.
There's Cuesta on that little RPO that New Canaan have been really loved to run these last couple weeks. So it's the perfect. Looks like Kenny was going to get that handoff there, Robinson. He gets that one back quickly. He finds Cuesta on that slant. There's a nice gain for New Canaan.
Coach Beasley loves having his quick little routes on the soul side receiver, on the backside receiver. Usually it'll be a speed out or a slant, and right there we saw a slant. That was a nice pickup of around 20 yards probably.
Yeah, so New Canaan entering the red zone. Ball on the 11-yard line. Robinson in the gun. That one will be handed off to Kenny. Just going to kind of go right in the middle. Pile of bodies, bring him down. So now across the 10-yard line for New Canaan. Now you got this dangerous area. Now you're in striking zone, PJ, for a touchdown.
Yeah, and this is the New Canaan team that we've seen over the past years, kind of ground and pound, right, push it up. Obviously, we don't have as big name running backs here today as we have had in years past, right? Your Hunter Telescos, your Cooper Smiths, guys like that. But Hudson Kenny, just another kind of ground and pound guy who will get solid yards.
Robinson drops back, fires. He had Cuesta. Just underthrew that one. He had Cuesta in the end zone there. Could have been the first points on the night for New Canaan, but that's going to bring up a 3rd and goal from the 7, Rob.
PJ, go back to your point about Hunter Telesco. I actually saw him walking down a little bit below us.
Oh, really? Yes, he's in attendance tonight. One of the great New Canaan players of the past. One of the many, I should say.
I feel like he put our offense on his back my sophomore year.
Yeah. 2-time state champion Rob Frangione in the booth with us, by the way. I forgot to mention that one. So here we go, 3rd and goal. We're about the 6-7 yard line. Robinson, he's got Kenny directly behind him. Esposito, the motion man. That one again, that toss play, Hudson Kenny. He's going to be stopped short of the end zone, maybe around the 2-3 yard line here. And now it's a 4th and goal situation. We'll see the big body's coming for New Canaan.
Yeah, and Ryan, I'm sorry to correct you, but I do not think that it's 4th and goal. I think there is a first down to gain inside about the 2 yard line.
4 yards.
So the Rams could pick up another first down if they kind of run a jumbo set, which we might see if they're taking a timeout here.
That toss play has it's been effective for them so far. It doesn't look like they've gotten any big explosive plays. That's been a solid play to get them 4 or 5 yards every single time. And that's really one of those fundamentals that Coach Nugent talks about so much, really just trying to get their yards where you can. And I got to say, I'd be surprised if they could send the field goal unit out here, especially down 7 so early. Marinelli, he loves to be aggressive, and that's something he's got to do here, whether they send the jumbo package out or, hey, let's Robinson air the ball out.
Yeah, we've seen the last couple of games, it's been James McInerney out of that jumbo package. He scored a couple of touchdowns, so we'll see if maybe he'll get his first touch here with that, such big offensive linemen. They're going to send a lot of these guys from the bench to come in and block. We'll find out here. 4th and 2 from the 3 yard line. It looks like PJ said that jumbo set will be coming out.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, Rob, you were talking about James McInerney coming out in this, but Michael Smith, another guy, Ryan, you were talking about it, but Michael Smith, a guy similar to Alex Benevento last year, who is definitely also fit for this position.
Michael Smith will take it straight from the gun off the Wildcat. He will score easy 6 points there for New Canaan. And the Rams get on the board after going down 7-0 early and will pen this PAT to make it a tie game, Rob.
It looked like he was going to try to cut it to the right over there, but then he saw a hole open up more towards the left middle, and he just, hey, free walk into the end zone, might as well take it. So that's 6 for New Canaan.
Number 8, Tucker Stevens.
PJ, what do you see on that play? Obviously, just good blocking there with that whole jumbo set on.
That was good blocking. Norwalk wasn't able to penetrate it, and that's what I was talking about with the size, factor for both these teams, how New Canaan has so much more size on them.
Tucker Stevens, extra point. That one is good.
In the woods.
Yeah. Feel bad for whoever's going to have to hit that one at some point. Yeah. So now we're tied up at 7 apiece. And Norwalk is going to get the ball back here. And after scoring on their opening drive, that first play having about like a 50-yard gain on a blown coverage there, PJ. You got to imagine maybe we'll see Norwalk kind of go back to those one-on-one and testing those DBs of New Canaan.
Yeah, and as you take another look at this play first, Ryan, you see it's that New Canaan offensive line that really is able to get to that second level, eat up those linebackers, and that's what creates the opportunity. Well, they're not candy, but that's what created the opportunity for the touchdown.
So New Canaan special teams unit going over there, and Stevens will boot this one away. Rob, if you're this New Canaan defense after getting tested early on in that first drive, how do you bounce back and maybe try and force a 3 and out or just get a quick stop?
Well, I think you just got to lock in, really, is what you got to do. Obviously, you're facing some adversity at the beginning, so yeah, you just got to try to send the ball back to your offense. It shouldn't be the most challenging thing in the world to make a stop against this Norwalk team, but I could be wrong. We saw them really just drive down the field with some pretty explosive plays last drive for Norwalk. So
yeah, I mean, obviously important to note the injury of Ryan Leahy, who's a star guy in that secondary for New Canaan. Obviously, he's been dealing with the injury, and hopefully, he'll be coming back soon. But right now, it's that next man up mentality for the Rams, and we've seen that with that secondary on the opening drive.
Fortunately, New Canaan is so deep that, for the most part, obviously, that I might be wrong about that last possession from Norwalk, but they should be able to, like you said, have that next man up and just fill in a guy into that position where that Leahy's missing.
Booming kick.
Yeah, I was about to say that was.
I felt bad for talking during that. I wanted to make a note about that.
Yeah, so what a kick there by Stevens for the touchback. And Norwalk will start on their own 20-yard line. We'll see if Mason Rena and the Bears offense can kind of get that first explosive play like we saw in that last drive.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to have to do here is, kind of attack through the air more than we've seen them do in the past for Norwalk. As, we've seen from New Canaan, Mikey Heerman kind of line up outside to combat this spread offense for the Bears, and that could lead to some, great opportunities if you're Norwalk, because, Heerman's a great athlete, don't get me wrong, but he doesn't have a lot of experience playing in coverage, and when he's lined up against a guy like Phoenix Diurno, that could lead to some bad things for the Rams.
Yeah, Jaden Diaz with the run only got about a yard there with that New Canaan defensive line swarming, so we'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. You see, it's this one-on-one coverage all around, so if Norwalk wants to, they can definitely test some of these corners. Rena, play action. He's going to roll right, fires down across the middle. Dangerous throw, intercepted by Michael Smith. Has some blockers, and he's going to go down just at around the 20-yard line, but that's the play, Rob, that New Canaan defense needed. And how about Mike Smith grabbing the INT?
It's his 5th interception of the year, and I believe he's towards the top of the Connecticut in interceptions on the season. And right there, I mean, you had everyone in man coverage kind of leaking across as Norwalk's receivers came across to the left side of the field. But Michael Smith, he wasn't fooled. He read Rena the entire time, and he was able to make a play on that ball.
Yeah, PJ, I think Mason Rena is going to regret that throw. We just kind of chucked that one up in the middle of the field. That's bound to be an interception.
Well, the pressure got to him there. Simon Chukarov really was able to get into the backfield almost off the snap. Was quicker than the offensive lineman and was able to get back there. Rena had nowhere to go with it. It's either take a big loss or kind of send up a prayer. He decided to send up a prayer and didn't work out.
Robinson throws. He's got Esposito. And how about that? First place strike for the Rams on their second possession, and that's all New Canaan there. The 22-yard catch from Esposito, and Rob, it could be 14-7 with this PAT just like that.
God, Robinson, he threaded that in there. That was a beautiful throw right there. And I looked at that was Esposito on a glance route, which is a 5-step slant. It's in between a slant and a post. And I mean, yeah, that's really what got them there.
Yeah, PJ, I think the speed of Esposito there really just showed that, especially the strength and the speed, just being that Norwalk defensive back.
Yeah, Esposito, right? He's one of the bigger guys on this team. And I was talking to some players throughout the week. They said he's probably also the fastest, in game. He's got a great, kind of shift step. And that's what we saw there on the break-in route.
Extra point good, and now it's 14-7 New Canaan, and that's about a minute swing right there for the Rams to take the lead. That is going to be Esposito's 7th touchdown of the year, so he's playing on a very impressive season so far for the Rams. And Norwalk's going to have to come out here, just throwing the interception, but I think after that first drive, they know they can get the big play, Rob, and I think maybe we'll see a little slower, though, from Norwalk. Maybe do a couple more runs and then try to work your way down the field.
Yeah, I think you just got to be, concise, efficient and concise with the football. You can't be trying to expect plays like you had on that first play of the game every single time. And, I mean, yeah, add some runs to Diaz, but yeah, try airing the ball out down the field. Don't go for those long balls every time. Just try to get the ball down the field. And, I mean, honestly, the clock, that isn't an issue right now. It's the first quarter. We're halfway through it. So just take your time, and you'll be good.
Yeah, PJ, what do you think Norwalk has to do to try and get back on the board here and tie it up?
Yeah, I think you've got to stay calm. You've got to stay composed, right? This is, Norwalk, right? You saw they came out on that last drive, and Rena was under so much pressure. He just decided to chuck it away, chuck it out of bounds in that situation, make the safe play. You don't have to get a touchdown every single play, but if you're able to work it up the field against New Canaan with some big runs, right? You've got a great running back in Ethan Hudson. So if he's able to just kind of ground and pound and chug up the field, getting 4 or 5 yards a pop, that's going to be huge for them, and that's what's going to kind of get them, up the field.
Yeah, another booming kick there from Tucker Stevens. It'll be Norwalk again, starting with the ball on their own 20, hoping to do a little better than last drive where they threw an interception on their second play. So we'll find out what we'll see here. Rena on the gun. He's got 3 to his right. Drops back. There's that quick swing pass out to his running back. That's going to be a nice game. Looks like it was Ethan Hudson making the grab.
Rena's pass is complete to number 21,
that's,
Ethan Hudson.
That's what we've seen out of Norwalk pretty much this entire game. That's been kind of, their game plan. Screen passes, kind of swings, just, a couple, maybe even milliseconds. You just kind of send it out to him, let him kind of do the dirty work on the ground, try to beat the perimeter and beat guys outside in those New Canaan defensive backs who aren't as big.
Those are such plays you need right there by Norwalk. Just trying to get that good yardage the first time. I really think that's going to be the key to this game.
Shakarov almost getting to Rena there. He rolled a lot of yards there. And there's the completion. McInerney in there. Nice tackle there by James McInerney. But how about the play there from Mason Rena, Rob? Just kind of evading pressure and getting that throwaway to number 5, Phoenix Dierno.
It sounded like Tony Romo, but that was Tony Romo. He was able to get the pressure right there from Shakarov, and he was able to get it out there.
Pickup of 17 yards on the play. Good for Norwalk.
Yeah, and this connection from Rena to Dierno has been in effect for not just this year, but also last year, right? We saw, just thinking back, most notably Thanksgiving Day against, rival Brian McMahon. Norwalk did eventually lose that game, but I believe that duo of Rena and Dierno had 3 touchdowns together.
Yeah, Rena's just going to keep the read option there. And, 2 hats there. James McInerney, the main guy on that tackle, and that's the thing. Mason Rena is kind of that dual threat guy. He can throw the ball, but also when needed, he can run the ball. So New Canaan obviously has to be very wary about that. But then also on the New Canaan side, we've seen Luke Robinson these last couple weeks. He can keep it. He's not afraid to run the ball. So that's kind of 2 dynamics there for both the quarterbacks.
Brings up 2nd down and 9 for the Bears from their 43-yard line.
If Gordon had stayed on his block, that's going to be maybe a first down.
Yeah, so it's only a gain of about 1 yard there, bringing up the 2nd down and 9. Rena again dropping back, heavy pressure from New Canaan.
Oh, that was almost amazing.
Yeah, it was Will Sullivan bringing heavy pressure on Mason Mina. I thought that almost I would have been a catch. And obviously last night, Garrett Wilson, exactly, made that insane one-handed catch, but that'll be incomplete. Bring up a 3rd and 9. And, Rob, I don't know if you noticed that. New Canaan pressure there. You take a look on the replay. Will Sullivan was in that backfield almost immediately. Almost getting a sack.
Mikey Harriman.
Even if he did come down with that, I don't know if he's surviving that.
3rd and 9
That's a
for the Bears.
Yeah, Sullivan played outstanding in that Wilton game, right? I mean, he had what? He had the pick 6. He was all over the place, making tackles left and right. And, Sullivan, one of those New Canaan guys who was kind of broken out over the course of the season. We've seen, players every year break out like that, and Sullivan's just another one.
First down for Norwalk. Ball kind of came out at the end there. I think he had possession to be completed catch. The last few years in football, we debate what even is a catch anymore. But Mason Arena, nice rollout over there, and I think he found I think he found Jackson Ermo there on the catch, and PJ has a nice play by the Norwalk quarterback.
Yeah, Arena once again kind of rolling out, and they had that flood scheme going, trying to beat the New Canaan zone. Turns out the Rams were running man, but it didn't matter. Ermo was able to get open past the first down marker and make the catch and just keep going.
So that was
so accurate so far. I mean, making these throws when they run.
Yeah, first
Maybe not
down
that
10.
one.
Yeah, that one a little over the head of Bierno, so that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. But if these are the chunk plays that Norwalk can get, they're going to take that all day, and they can move down the field. You already have the ball on the 40-yard line here. So, eventually if you get into the red zone, at least have field goal range to try and make this a 4-point game. And obviously, you'll take the touchdown and try and make it tie.
Yeah, and also, talk about some Norwalk playmakers. You've got Kevin Gordon, who had, the big reception to start off the game, a guy who what he lacks in size makes up for in speed, and Phoenix Gierno, both juniors, so the Bears will have them for another year as well.
Handoff again, nice little scene, the ball is out, and that is recovered by New Canaan. Mike Smith already has the interception. He jumped on that fumble. It looked like big Ryan Francis in there, forcing the fumble, and I think it was Ethan Hudson who did fumble the football, and another turnover forced by this New Canaan defense, Rob.
Just as things were starting to look good for this Norwalk offense, they hand the ball off right there. Yeah, like you said, that's Francis, and I believe Ryan Prince Francis. He said that Michael Smith did it. And now if you can, you've got a chance to go up big early in this game.
Yeah, turning defense into offense. That's what Coach Marinelli, Coach Silvestri, that defensive staff, they want to do. Just give a better chance for this offense, who maybe in the last couple weeks has been struggling to pick up yards, on the offensive side of the ball. Give them a better chance. There's the handoff. Hudson Kenny gets the sweep all the way out to that right side. He's not going to get much of anything there. It's a nice tackle by Phoenix Gierno, the receiver who can also play some defense there.
Yeah, and you've got your 2 star receivers for Norwalk playing defense. You've got Gierno, but you've also got Kevin Gordon, who's just getting bullied out there by Chris Cuesta.
Yeah.
I mean, he's, and Gordon obviously he's going to be tired playing both sides of the ball. Really no breaks at all, especially on a play like that. Just staying out there the entire time. And plus, Gordon isn't the biggest guy, so it's kind of a problem.
Oh, Chris Cuesta. Ball goes through his hands. That would have been enough for a first down and more. He was looking ahead a little bit too much.
All the separation in the world right there, unfortunately. I mean, it happens to the best of you guys, Ball goes right through your hands sometimes.
Yeah, and you mentioned it earlier, Robert, Coach Nugent, he's really loving these RPOs, especially this year.
Yeah.
And, if Cuesta, I think he was kind of focusing on his next move there, right? He already anticipated he would catch the ball, but just a little bit too much there from the senior wide receiver. And now we have a 3rd and 7 for New Canaan on the 38-yard line. Obviously, Esposito with that 1 target and 1 touchdown, so we'll see if Robinson looks his way.
Kevin Gordon was so far off of Cuesta. Like, that's something you got to take every single time. And I'm sure Nugent recognized that.
Yeah, Robinson drops back. He's looking that way to Cuesta. And Cuesta again goes through his hands. I mean, that one definitely a little harder than the RPO one, but one you definitely want to catch there, and one that a guy should be catching as a senior wide receiver. That will bring up a 4th and 7. PJ, I'm excited to see Bennett Perticello here. He's been playing fantastic these last couple weeks for the Rams.
Yeah, Perticello had 3 inside the 15 against Norwalk. Would have had one if Trey Walker wasn't, over line of scrimmage offsides. If Trey Walker wasn't, that would have been muffed by Charlie Calabrese, and the Rams would have taken over on, I believe, inside the 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Perticello pinned that one
almost
towards the side.
Photographer on the side.
Some of our guys almost got hit, but we're all good down there. And Norwalk will retake possession. I think they're lucky, Rob. They turn the ball over. I think everyone's worried on that sideline that New Canaan's going to go down and make it a 14-point game, but the defense holds, forcing a quick 3 and out. Now you got to see some production from that offense.
Now you just got to collect yourself. I mean, you were having a great drive last time, and it was kind of ironic. They run the ball once, and what happens? They fumble it. Right. So I think you just got to go back to that passing attack. Arena has been so accurate and deadly, and I think that's going to be their key to getting in the end zone this drive.
Yeah, I think the one thing that's surprising me is that mobility of Mason Arena, especially a couple times guys like Chakarov or Sullivan getting into the backfield. He's able to evade, roll right or left, and get some throws off. So here we go, 1st and 10. They do hand the ball off this time to Jaden Diaz. He's going to get nothing there. As PJ, that New Canaan front 7, just so good. Everyone getting a hat to the ball and getting the stop.
Yeah, and I think that's why if you're Norwalk, you've got to resort to the pass, right? This New Canaan pass defense, we've been saying their names a lot, and not necessarily for good reason. Sure, Michael Smith, he's got the interception, he's got the fumble recovery, that's great. But New Canaan's letting up a lot of these passes, and it's not, not something that you want to be doing. Even if you're making some turnovers, you can't keep allowing opportunities like that to a team like Norwalk. Maza almost lit him up there. He's been.
Unless there's roughness there, watch out, make sure you're not laying the hit there, but we're going as a drop. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 12 right there, and if this New Canaan defense is going to stop PJ, kind of get that offense right back on the field.
And this New Canaan defense, right, you saw him right there, Connor Maza, he's been kind of quiet tonight. I was talking to him earlier, he said that he had food poisoning throughout the week. I believe that was Wednesday. He said that he wasn't feeling so great. Thursday was his birthday, so happy birthday belated to Connor Maza. Turned 18, I believe, so can vote this coming election day.
That drops back. He's going to go Chakarov with the pressure, going up high, and he brings him down. And how about that from the senior captain, Simon Chakarov, pushing Mason Arena on that Norwalk offense all the way back there. And that will force a punt, Rob, from Norwalk and New Canaan defense. What a play there.
Well, I thought that Reno was going to look down for his drag route crossing over the field where Massa passed him off to Grayson Ladley, but I mean, Chakarov just got right in the face of Reno, and now he's going to take him down every time.
Yeah, Chakarov's been back there. It seems like every single play this game. It's just that Rena's been able to get it off. He's got a pretty quick trigger, so he's been able to get it off so far. But this time, Chakarov got the best of him.
Yeah, so it's Mike Smith back there for the return. He's sitting on about the 45-yard line, so that punt goes short. There's yelling poison. No one touched the ball. It's going to be a shorter punt. That's going to be down around the 45, 44-yard line. So already across the 50, Rob, for this New Canaan offense to try and put some more points on the board.
I think Norwalk special teams, their punt unit, they've got to be more aware right there because that ball, it was kind of bouncing back, giving New Canaan better field position for a second. I know it's only 1 or 2 yards, but I mean, just that much, that could be the difference. An unsuccessful drive that ends in points.
See this New Canaan offense come back out into the field. Obviously, we've seen Esposito get that catch. Hudson Kenny a couple times getting that quick little toss out of the backfield. Obviously, still have guys like Cuesta and Koch, and also tight end Jake Fuente. He can make such an impact. He's been playing great these last couple weeks. So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 45. Esposito coming across slightly. Again, that toss play out to Hudson Kenny. He has some nice room along that left side. He's going to be just short of that first down marker. And PJ, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. New Canaan doing that kind of toss play a lot to Hudson.
Yeah, and that's just kind of their bread and butter here, right? Going up against a smaller Norwalk line who really, they don't have very good tackling defensive backs. So New Canaan's able to kind of pull the guard or the center, whoever it may be, and kind of try to force the run outside.
Well, they do the same play there, Rob, but to no avail. It's a 2nd and 2, maybe hoping to get a first down there on that toss, but Kenny's going to be short.
On that first run, you had Rabutin, the guard, I believe, he came out and he made a great pulling block, and that was really what he was able to get Kenny a couple more yards right there. It was like he was a little bit slower, and the defensive player, he was able to anticipate that, and that's what kind of stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this is where Norwalk's got to look out here. It's on 3rd and 3, a lot of options for this New Canaan offense, whether you can run the ball, throw the ball, maybe 4-down territory for the Rams, so we'll see. Esposito slight motion again. It's that fake over to Kenny, pressure, and there's the throw to Esposito just across. Makes one guy miss, another guy miss. We got Norwalk defenders falling up. He's still on his feet, and it takes about 5 to 6 Norwalk defenders to bring him down, Rob. Andrew Esposito making guys miss, and then his physicality and strength to have about 4 guys on his back to pick up extra yards.
Those are the attributes that earned him a bit of a recruiting option right there from Columbia. He was really able to get out of that one tackle, and he was able to fight his way for a couple more yards, but Charlie Koch, he really kind of set a screen on one of those Norwalk defensive backs, and that was able to, just let Esposito slip behind his back and get up for a couple more yards.
Yeah, it was dangerous there for Robinson. He also got sacked there, but you mentioned some good blocking by the New Canaan offensive line, some chips there from the wide receivers. So now you have 1st and 10 on the 21-yard outside of the red zone for New Canaan. Esposito motion, taking that jet touch pass. There's Esposito. Again, he's still on his feet, dragging a defender there. And PJ, I know you're an NCAA 25 player in the jet touch pass. What a play it is, and I think New Canaan now using that.
Yeah, and that's just one of the many tricks that Coach Nugent has in his bag, right? You can never kind of predict what he's going to do. He's always pulling something new out of the bag of tricks, right? Whether it's a touch pass like that, whether it's kind of that little pitch that they run, whether it's an RPO, you really could never guess it.
2nd down and 3. We'll see if New Canaan, about 12 seconds left. We'll see if they take a shot at the end zone here. Obviously, no need. We'll see if they want to. Kenny's going to get the handoff. Had a nice initial hold there, but he's going to get brought down. That will bring an end to the first quarter, we'll imagine, unless
tackle made by number 44, Yancey Braxton.
Maybe not. Okay, the clock back and running, so that will be it.
I think they just need to move the chains.
So that'll be it for the first quarter with New Canaan up 14-7. And PJ, a little adversity to start, going down 7-0 on about 3 to 4 plays there from Norwalk. And now we've seen these last couple of drives, New Canaan getting back into it now, right now being in the red zone.
Yeah, and this is the New Canaan offense that we've come to know and love these past couple of years. And the Rams going to the RPO, as we mentioned earlier, a lot this season. And I think that has come with the addition of quarterback coach Michael Collins, who was a former player here at New Canaan, played at TCU, Rice, and UPenn. And I think, having him being able to talk Luke Robinson through, the looks and the decisions that he's making has kind of opened up the playbook for Coach Nugent to, call more plays, call more passing plays, right? We've seen them run the ball a lot in years past, but now we're seeing them pass the ball more, and that's worked out for them for the better.
Yeah, Rob, how about Norwalk? Obviously, he mentioned it, but they were up 7-0, right? So they had the perfect start of this game. Now down 14-7, and New Canaan in striking position to make it 21-7. If you're Norwalk, how do you settle down everyone to try and get back into this?
I mean, obviously, the main goal is to try to force a stop right here. But if that's not gonna happen, just go back to where you were on that second drive, just trying to get those strikes down, not downfield, but just trying to get those quick yardage plays.
Another one of those touch pass over to Chris Cuesta, and he will walk into the end zone for a New Canaan touchdown. And Rob, that was about as easy as pie there for New Canaan. Chris Cuesta had a nice easy hole. And again, pending an extra point, could be up 21-7 here for New Canaan.
I believe it's his first touchdown of the season. It's fitting that it comes on senior night. And yeah, I mean, that blocking by the receivers on the left side of the field was just perfect and just allowed him an easy, untouched lane into the end zone.
Yeah, PJ, that whole left side was wide open for Chris Cuesta, and he walks in for the touchdown.
Yeah, that was a great play. And Rob, you mentioned, sure, that might be his first touchdown of the season, but he has played a huge role in this Rams offense all season long.
Oh, absolutely.
I believe was their leading receiver in that massive loss. So he was kind of the one bright spot in that one. And he had an opportunity for a touchdown. He was sitting wide open in the end zone. I still remember it. Robinson wasn't able to find it, but Cuesta has definitely had the opportunities there. And it hasn't been just, a result of him not getting open that he doesn't have a touchdown to this point.
Yeah, and I think we mentioned Esposito and we mentioned Cuesta, but we haven't had to call Charlie Koch too much. He's that second leading receiver on the season, 16 catches, 168 yards, and he has 2 touchdowns as well. So there's that 3 main options for that New Canaan passing attack, along with Jake Valente playing tight end, kind of that Swiss Army knife for the Rams. We're waiting for him to get involved, but right now for New Canaan, up 21-7. And Rob, if you're Norwalk, what do you got to do here?
I mean, yeah, like I said, wasn't sure if it'd be too late to, get that stop on defense. But, hey, I mean, your back is up against the wall now. You're down 14 points. You just got to get any points on the board right now that you can.
And Phoenix Journal.
Tucker Stevens will kick this one away. We'll see. His last 2 have been spectacular. So see if this one will get close to the back of the end zone. And then it'll be Mason Rena and the Bears offense heading back out onto the field. So here we go. Stevens lining up for the kickoff. See how far this one goes. Another booming kick from Stevens. This will be returnable, though, for Norwalk. It's Kevin Gordon going to that left side, and there's balls out. Esposito forcing the fumble. we'll see if New Canaan jumped on that one. Big pile there. Referee's got to get some of these bodies off, but it looked like it was Andrew Esposito who forced the fumble. And waiting for the official signal. New Canaan didn't have it, and they do. And PJ Norwalk special teams fumbling the football. I think it was Esposito. We'll wait on the replay for sure, but I think Esposito punched that one out. And then big Bose alert getting the fumble recovery. The special teams man, Bose alert. He's been putting in so much work.
That's our
He's been putting
guy.
in so much work these last couple weeks. He jumps on top of the ball, and PJ New Canaan with the ball in such great field position.
Yeah, Bo. I mean, he's our guy. I was talking to him earlier about the game. Bo, that's fantastic. He has worked so hard, like you mentioned. Every special teams, formation, he's out there making plays, making tackles. And we saw last week at the end of the Wilton game, he made 3 tackles in his first drive in. So Solert definitely working out there, working his way up to a starting role on this team.
Well, if you ask me, what really got that fumble was the containment from the right side of the field. Gordon wanted to make a cut to his left, so to our right. But,
One-on-one with Esposito.
Oh, my God.
Does he have it? And that's a touchdown for Andrew Esposito, his second of the night. What a grab from the junior wide receiver they call Espo. And what an athlete he is, PJ. I mean, we just saw that catch. It's one-on-one. Robinson says, you know what? I'm going to throw that ball up to my best receiver. And he just knows he's going to come down and catch it. And what a play that was.
Yeah, that was fantastic. One-on-one ball. Not many people are going to be able to defend Esposito and contain him. And you see it right there, Esposito able to just bring that one to the ground. Great focus through the ground and great ability to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, Rob, that's going to be touchdown number 8 on the year for Andrew Esposito. And how about that play? Just one-on-one jump ball. He's going to come down with it.
I mean, hey, look, you looked like it was a little low because Espo kind of had to lay out for that, but whatever gets the job done,
Yeah, I mean, what a swing. Esposito forces the fumble on the kick return. Next play, hey, go back out in the field. Just go a little one-on-one. You're going to come down with it.
I mean, he was that guy in the Staples game. I mean, he came up with those 2 clutch interceptions to really seal the game for New Canaan on homecoming day. And looks like he's being an impact player tonight once again. But is anyone surprised? No, he's been your best player so far on the offensive side. And, hey, he's been one of your best guys on defense as well.
Yeah, and what a player he is, and this is why he's getting offers. He's taking visits all around the country to top colleges. His schools want this kid, right? He's such an athletic guy. Also on the varsity basketball team, 2-sport athlete. And I'll tell you, he's one of those kids on the basketball team. He can throw, he can dunk.
Yeah,
right?
he
throw the
can,
ball
yeah.
now. We've seen it last year, and we called some games, PJ, but what an athlete he is. Physicality, speed-wise, and that will lead to a New Canaan 28-7 lead with about 11:36. We just started the second quarter, and it's already a 21-point New Canaan lead.
28 unanswered right there.
Yeah.
Things just keep on getting worse for Norwalk.
And you got to imagine if you're Norwalk, and especially Kevin Gordon, if you get the ball, you got to hold on to it. Just make
You're
sure.
going to be extra tight in that Eagle Claw.
A lot of things racing through his mind. Stevens boots this one away. It's going to be returnable on that other side by Diurno.
Are you kidding me?
Are
you kidding me?
I can't believe this. And New Canaan have recovered. I don't know what to say. Back-to-back kickoff returns.
Let me tell you,
The
Coach
ball
Eric
comes
Stevens
out.
is
He's
stoked right now.
Hierman got on top of the ball with the recovery, and I don't even know who forced that one out.
I think it was Trey Walker.
Yeah.
I saw Trey Walker coming in. Didn't even look like anyone tried to put hands on him. He came through, kind of just stuck his arm. He was a little behind, but kind of just made a last-ditch opportunity, sent his fist into the ball and sent it right to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying it's probably a lot of thoughts racing through those 2 guys back there for Norwalk. And I heard someone yell ball, but I thought it was just kind of as a joke, just maybe thinking that the ball was out. I didn't think the ball was actually out, and it was. So now New Canaan right on the 20-yard line again.
I got to say, he looked nervous to be returning that ball. I mean, he looked like he was starting his feet for a second. And I wasn't going to predict the ball coming out, but I mean, wow. That's just how New Canaan gets into your head.
Great blocking there for Hudson Kenny. Just around 9-10 yards on the rush, might be just shy of that first down marker. And so we'll see for New Canaan right now. Hey, touchdown right here, go 35-7, and we're not even 10 minutes in to the second quarter. That's what you want if you're the Rams, and we'll see who they start to target here. Maybe if they go back to Esposito, try and get him number 3 on the night, or maybe they target Koch for one of the first times here.
I say, this is not how I thought this game was going to go after Norwalk went up 7-0.
Another handoff for Kenny. And that one's going to be enough for a first down and putting New Canaan with a couple shots to go to the end zone here.
Yeah, Yancey Braxton on the tackle. A junior, I grew up playing lacrosse with him. A very physical guy, always playing defense. He had one of the long poles, and everyone was kind of afraid to go against him.
Wide open lane for Hudson Kenny, and that's going to be another touchdown for New Canaan. And looks like they'll be going up 35-7 here, Rob. But if you're Hudson Kenny, maybe the easiest touchdowns he's ever had to score in his life. He just had to make the right choice, and he absolutely did.
Well, it's that New Canaan line, and I mean they're back to 100% basically, and those are the type of plays they're going to make, and that's what really they're known for. I know coming into this game we were kind of expecting to see a bit of a split carry battle between Hudson Kenny and sophomore Finn Mako, but so far it's been all Kenny, and he's been doing great.
Yeah, so here's the extra point from Stevens. He drills that one into the parking lot, and PJ 35-7 here for New Canaan, and not one but two back-to-back fumbles for Norwalk on special teams. So if you're New Canaan, this offense really haven't had to do too much, just get the ball in the end zone, which they've been doing.
Yeah, and I think if we're Norwalk, we might let them, or we might, see them kind of let the ball bounce through the back of the end zone once or twice.
At least call fair catch if it is returnable.
But this, if I'm Coach Mike Forget, I am not even allowing the possibility to return a kick for the rest of the day. I think that's probably enough.
Yeah, we'll see. It's the same two returnmen back there for Norwalk. Each of them have a fumble on these back-to-back kickoff returns, so we'll see if we see a fair catch or maybe Stevens. But right now, I think if you're Tucker Stevens, you want to kick the ball to these guys. You don't want to try to maybe go full power here. Let them return it.
I mean, you're only hurting yourself by not kicking it, in play.
Yeah. So we'll see. Again, it's Diurno and Gordon both back there for the Bears.
Going back to that touchdown, you're talking about how Kenny, that was the easiest touchdown he'll ever score. I mean, he didn't even get touched until he was in the end zone.
By his own teammates, too.
Yeah.
For the celebration there. So here we go. Kickoff from Tucker Stevens. Let's find out how he's going to want to play this one. If he wants to go a little shorter to force a return. That ball a little more low-driven. Let's see if this one's going to be returned. Smart there. Very smart play from Kevin Gordon. Let that one go into the end zone for a touchback. And seems like we haven't seen this Norwalk offense in a while, Rob, but they're going to finally be back on the field. I think last time it was what? They were 21-7 when they had the ball. Now it's 35-7. So.
I don't know what to say anymore at this point because, I mean, they've tried to be, just concise and just take those easy plays downfield. But even that hasn't been working for them. Like, New Canaan's defense is all over the Bears right now.
Yeah, and just looking out to the field here for the Rams, you got senior linebackers Will Sullivan and Zando Cannon, number 23 on your screen. Typically he's wearing 2, but I believe they didn't have 2 in the black and red jerseys. So Cannon has to wear 23 today. But, it's great to see the seniors getting in for senior night. Zando Cannon, guy, been on this team for 3 years. And, just once again, great look for him. And I'm sure we'll see other seniors getting pretty soon.
Yeah, it was Ethan Hudson getting the carry. Lost 2 yards there, so that's going to bring up a 2nd and 12. We see Mazza talking to Coach Silvestri there.
Norwalk's still running the ball here because that has just not been working out whatsoever.
Here's the pass from Rena, drops back, fires that one over to the left side, completed to Phoenix Diurno, trying to get some yards back and bring up a 3rd and manageable, PJ.
Yeah, and Norwalk, really nothing really clicking for them. Sure, you're doing better in the pass game, I guess, but Rena still has an interception as we look at the decision there to send it out to Diurno, one of the few good looks that Norwalk has had tonight. Really, been kind of gobbled up by this New Canaan defense.
So now we have a 3rd and 4 for Norwalk. See Mazza going over other side of the field, switching with the other senior, Trey Walker, going on that far side. Number 3 on number 3, close to the New Canaan sideline. Here's the drop back from Rena. Has some time. The pressure's starting to come, and he's got a man open. And we'll see if he got the feed in, which he did, and that will be a 1st down for Norwalk. We'll see who got that one. I think it was Jackson Irmo making the catch, Rob. And, if you're Norwalk, you got to take that. When you get the 3rd downs, you got to get the 1st downs because you can't punt it away. And you imagine New Canaan would score again.
I'm going to say that was a very pretty catch along the sideline right there by Diurno. But, yeah, it's those short passes that you really just got to lean on because obviously the rushing attack has not been working whatsoever. So, I mean, but, yeah, if you can find those open gaps in New Canaan's secondary, Rena, he's got the accuracy to fit those balls in.
So that's going to be first down. Handoff for Norwalk. A lot of Rams swarming over there. You see Hiraman and Shakarov. Yeah. Boselurk, that third guy trailing, getting in over there. So loss of yards. And again, New Canaan, they're so good, that rushing defense, Rob, from the Rams. They're not going to give up too many yards. And even if they do, they know that the next time it happens, they're not even going to let it happen.
I mean, yeah, those front four guys, they're bigger, stronger, and faster. I mean, they're not going to let anything up.
We have a second down and 15. That was a loss of 5 there. And tackles by Hiraman, who you highlighted in the intro, along with Shakarov. So here we go. Rena drops back. Shakarov coming off the edge. That one, nice grab there.
Gavin Rena.
Yeah, knee goes down, hitting his brother, sophomore, right, PJ?
Yeah.
Gavin Rena. And that's the first time we've been calling his name tonight.
Yeah, it looks like he's been in for Kevin Gordon a little bit, letting Gordon get a breather, playing kind of, that strong side receiver. But, Rena, kind of the future of this Bears program. Very talented athlete, just like his brother Mason, obviously starting at quarterback. Takes a lot of skill. So it's interesting to see them both out there on the field together.
If you're Norwalk, I mean, you got to convert this, and you got to get in the end zone now, because you cannot let this margin of points get any wider.
Here we go, 3rd and 11. Rena drops back. Pressure on the middle. He's just
Ryan
going to
Brooks almost got
throw the check down. There's a nice stop there. Looks like that was number 4, Will Sullivan, in there on the tackle. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and 11. So really a gain of nothing there for that Bears offense. And looks like the special teams unit will come out for Norwalk, Rob.
Take a look at the replay. I mean, you had Ryan Brooks getting in with the pressure, so he just forced the check down right there. And Sullivan almost looked like Brian Dawkins back in his Philly days, just jumping on the backs of offensive players.
So we'll see it's Mike Smith back there to return this punt. And the New Canaan offense, barring maybe a fake punt. If Dan Campbell was the coach on the other side, you would never know for sure, but we'll imagine a punt here. One pressure, almost got in there. Smith's just going to call for the fair catch. New Canaan will start with the ball on their own 28-yard line, and out will come the Rams offense. And PJ, I'll be interested to see maybe at some point, you got to imagine maybe these second-string guys and the backups will start to come in. But right now, looks like some of these main guys still in the huddle. Yeah,
and I think, the Rams typically, their limit for when they start letting the other guys get in is a 35-point lead. But looks like we are, starting to get some guys in, right? See Grant Hickey going in at guard. He's been playing guard these past couple games. Kind of got benched today due to Delicata coming back. But I think, the Rams go up by another touchdown, and then we'll start seeing guys come in.
Yeah, here's that pitch play over to Hudson Kenny. He'll get a couple of yards there. And Rob, I think one other guy came in there for New Canaan. Who was that?
Oh boy, EJ Calatides, number 13. I mean, since my sophomore, really freshman year, he's worked his butt off. I mean, every single day, if I'm being honest. And he was my buddy, my receiver buddy, for the 2 years that I was on varsity. And great to see him getting in on senior night. Makes me happy.
Yeah, so that was a gain of 5 there. And it will be a 2nd down and 5 with the ball on the 33-yard line. Calatides in motion over there, that bunch with Esposito and Cuesta.
Some of the more experienced guys directing him.
Robinson again. Find Hudson Kenny over there. He makes a nice hole and a nice cut, especially from Hudson Kenny, to pick up the Rams' 1st down. And PJ, they're just running this play until it's not going to work, and I don't think it's ever not going to work.
And, I'm going to sound like a broken record here. It's the size comparison between these two teams. Norwalk just doesn't have the size, especially in, that second layer with the linebackers. They don't have the size to compete with this New Canaan run game. So that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing the Rams just kind of run it down their throat with no ability to do so.
So that was a 1st down for New Canaan. Again,
there it is.
Same play over to Hudson Kenny. Making some guys miss there, and then there's the bunch of tacklers. He's still going, actually, just shy of that 1st down marker, gain of about 9.
We just saw a Norwalk player come running out on the field in the middle
I saw that.
play.
Yeah. Got to make sure we don't have 12 on the field there.
I was wondering if they only had 10 on the field or if they had 11 and they were going to have 12.
And from the looks of it, how Kenny was able to keep on chugging, they might have only had 10 guys in that pile.
Yeah. Obviously, in the recent news when Oregon played Ohio State a couple weeks ago, and Dan Lanning intentionally had 12 guys on the field. You know, but I think right there it might have been 10.
Not
So
quite
who
that
knows?
situation right now.
So who
but
knows? It'll be a second
not
second
sure
and
if we'll
one.
ever be.
Handoff again to Kenny. He has so much room. Nice spin move, making a guy miss. And that will be a nice gain, picking up the first down around 11 yards there for Hudson Kenny. And you got to imagine, Rob, he might just keep getting the ball in this possession.
It's just an inside handoff, and I mean, hey, if the offensive line's going to be able to make those plays, PJ, I know you were saying that they're just bigger and stronger like that, and that's what's going to work. Just keep on getting those yards.
Yeah, and you look at that one, and Kenny just able to kind of use Nick Montero's momentum against him, right? Able to spin him off and kind of shed him with that. Kind of almost, you know when they do the thing with the bulls and they pull away the red flag. That was kind of that almost.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's going to be a 1st and 10 on the 30. And then here's Kenny with it, finding the nice hole. It slowed down a little bit there, but still.
Sure he's getting gas.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's getting the ball on every play here, Rob. But
Is Maku coming?
yeah, I think at some point that will definitely be an option. Norwalk player, defender, a little slow to get up.
Nice block by Kalatides on the edge there, really to seal that outside. No, I see you looking at me like that. That eliminates, allows him to cut back inside.
Care to make a rebuttal?
I don't disagree with you. You were the one looking at him.
You made the face, not me. So here we go. It's a 1st and 10. Ball on the 20. We'll see if we get another run here. Yep, you can probably bet on that one to be another run as Kenny gets the handoff, picking up some more
Wide open hole
yardage
right
here.
there. Almost thought I saw a face mask. One of the Norwalk defenders kind of had his right arm reaching in there.
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, when you're up 35-7 in the red zone, obviously you just want to avoid injury. That's kind of the one thing probably on all the minds of the coaches, just make sure that none of these guys get hurt. And I think maybe after this possession, we'll start to see those backups flowing.
It was around this time last year. We were actually playing Norwalk, and we were in Norwalk at Norwalk High School, where the coaches kept the starters in a little too long, and you actually saw Luke Robinson go down, and that sidelined him for a couple weeks leading up to the Darien game. But obviously, it didn't really affect New Canaan too much. So that's something you got to be wary of.
2nd and 4, again to Kenny. He gets hit actually in the backfield there. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage, but we'll see a 3rd down for New Canaan on this possession, and maybe a throw for the Rams, which we've yet to see on this drive.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the clock, I mean, we're inside 3 minutes now. Maybe not have felt like it, but New Canaan is really just grinding this clock down.
Yeah, so it'll be a 3rd and 4. Kenny got back to the line of scrimmage, so we'll see if New Canaan will test the arm of Luke Robinson here, especially if Esposito's one-on-one on that bottom side. We've already seen a touchdown from him, with that same sort of coverage look. So probably some man coverage as well. So you got to imagine Espo can beat his man one-on-one. It's going to be the drop back. Robinson, he's going to throw that one over to Cuesta. He's got enough for a 1st down, and Cuesta again. This time, I think he was touched before he walked in, so not the easiest touchdown compared to the last one, but it is a touchdown regardless, and it should be 42-7 for New Canaan, assuming Stevens will get his 6th extra point of the game. And PJ, that was nice and easy for the Rams.
Yeah, that was, once again, New Canaan just walking all over this Norwalk team. 41, probably soon to be 42. No, not to jinx them. Soon to be.
Yeah, we got
hopefully.
Let's just wait.
Yeah,
just
wait for this one.
Phantom announcer jinx.
Yeah,
that'd be not good. But Cuesta just able to walk in there, off the screen pass. Great block by Kalatides.
There you go.
Once again, and Stevens able to get the 42nd for the Rams. 42 unanswered, and Norwalk just hasn't had an answer for New Canaan.
Yeah, so Rob, I think that was number 2 on the night for Cuesta. And what do you see on that play?
Well, it looks like the line kind of let the D-line come through, like one of those Madden halfback screen routes, but that was in an effort to let them get down the field so they could start blocking. And, I mean, yeah, I hate to mention my guy, or don't hate, but love to mention my guy, Kalatides. He was able, looked like he almost might have gotten away with a little bit of a hold on the outside, but, I mean, hey.
Good that we can take our biases away.
Good blocking all around right there, yeah.
Yeah, so 42-7 for New Canaan, a 35-point lead after trailing 7-0. So here we go. Stevens will come back out, and maybe PJ, I wonder at some point we'll see Perticello start to do some of these kickoffs as we progress in this game. But right now it is still Stevens.
Yeah, I kind of almost doubt just, because of senior night, they might not take Tucker out. Obviously, Tucker, great kicker. Odds are, not to jinx it, knock on wood, that he won't get injured.
You did knock on the table.
I did knock on the wood table.
Very wood table.
But not to jinx it, that he probably won't get injured playing kicker, so it's kind of safe to have him.
I hope not.
Yeah.
So here is Stevens. Again, more low kick this time, forcing the return. And let's just make sure we don't have a fumble here, because I don't know if I'll be ready to call a third one on one of these kick returns. I'm just going to make sure we don't see any pointing. So whistle's blown.
Yeah.
The play is dead. There's no fumble.
Well, that's a success right there from Norwalk's special teams, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think it was Phoenix Diurno just not fumbling there, and that's already a success for Norwalk, as this offense will come back out in the field down by 35 points, about 2:02 left to go in the second quarter. And Rob, obviously, this hope is kind of dwindling for Norwalk, but what do you got to do here? Maybe take some shots, or how would you play it if you're Norwalk offense coordinator here?
I mean, you've got 2 minutes left in the half. I think you just, at this point, you can't run the ball. You got to start taking shots downfield, especially if you stay backed up over here.
Here we go, 1st and 10, ball on the 27 for Arena, and that's going to be a handoff just kind of in the middle of the pile there for Jaden Diaz, and a nice swarm there from that New Canaan defense, PJ.
Yeah, and that was a great look from the Rams. Once again, able to just bottle up the run. And we're starting to see some kind of backup guys get in. One guy, Brendan Wells, who, he's a senior, and he's a great, phenomenal athlete for this New Canaan football team. And it's kind of a shame that they have so many good defensive backs, because a guy in Brendan Wells isn't able to get the spotlight he truly deserves, because he's being overshadowed by so many great players like Trey Walker, Mike Smith, and Ryan Leahy.
Arena throwing the ball. That one's intercepted. And how about Trey Walker? He's going the other way. Does he have the speed to score? He's going to go down inside the 10. I know he wished he had that one to go back for 6, but how about that, Rob? The interception from the senior Trey Walker on senior night. He's got to be loving that, and this whole sideline from New Canaan's loving it.
Coach Marinelli, in our interview with him earlier, was very proud of the depth he's got on defense, really just all around the team, and that's an example right there. First, you talk about Brendan Wells, but then you have Trey Walker, who comes out of nowhere and picks that ball off. He's primarily a guy who plays in special teams, but right there, he's able to get in and make a huge play for New Canaan.
Yeah, and Walker kind of, he's been inserted into this defense in place of Ryan Leahy with the injury. So it's been interesting to see how he's kind of adapted to more playing time and, an increase in play. And he's done a great job so far after kind of, short notice on the injury to Leahy.
Yeah, again, that touch pass over to Palatines, and he's in for a touchdown. And I don't think there's anyone more excited in this booth than Rob Frangione.
That's my boy right there.
Rob, I mean, here we go on senior night. What better than that to see a touchdown from your boy?
Great blocking by the receivers right there. And, man, I'm so proud of my guy right there. That is the first touchdown. I believe it might be one of his first catches on varsity. And, hey, it's a great one. He's excited. I love to see that.
The entire sideline was jumping up and down. They were hooting and hollering. Just E.J. Palatines making his name known here on senior night.
That's the fun thing you get to see about senior night is, new guys touching the ball, and the whole sideline just erupted.
Everyone's surrounding him. I love that.
So here's Stevens, number 7, for the extra point tonight. And that one, nice and through, so 49-7 for New Canaan. And what a play that one was, Rob.
We had Coach Nugent walk behind us. I think he heard our celebrations over here, and he was like, yeah, told you I'd get that one going. So he had that one drawn up for EJ that entire time.
Yeah. EJ with the touchdown call to the house.
Like how he walked right up that little hill right there.
So Stevens and the New Canaan special teams unit will be heading back out in the field, up by 42 points already. And Rob, that swing in the first about minute 2 in the game when it was 7-0, and it was like, all right, maybe Norwalk's gonna be making some sort of statement here. And now all of a sudden it's 49-7, 49 unanswered. Yeah.
Points is ridiculous.
And PJ, how about this New Canaan defense? What have you been liking from them these last couple drives?
I've just been loving the swarming on defense. They've been able to kind of swarm to the ball, every which way. And that's what Coach Marinelli talked about during our interview with him earlier, how the defense, they're always swarming. He wasn't just talking about the defensive line. He was talking about those edge rushers and Ladley and Hierman, and then those linebackers with Ryan Brooks, Will Sullivan, and then Jack Kroll, who is out with a head injury today. Yeah, low kind of squib kick there from Tucker Stevens. This is the return over there from Gordon. He's just going to try and go over to that sideline and not fumble the ball. That was a great job holding the perimeter. Yeah, I think it was Bo Slurs actually over there, and Esposito as well. Those two guys been making the plays on special teams. I had the fumble there, the forced fumble, and then the recovery
from Salert as this Norwalk offense will come back out on the field again, down by 42 points.
I think some of the Norwalk guys were both expecting and hoping that ball to take a bit of a hop out of bounds, but stayed in bounds, and that's a great job by New Canaan to contain that.
Yeah, so I think we're starting to notice some of these backup guys come on for New Canaan, as we've been saying the last couple of possessions, but there's still a few of these starters, and Norwalk's just going to kneel this one out. They're going to let this one go into halftime with a minute left. They're not going to risk anything and don't want to turn the ball over again to have New Canaan score.
I think, by the time we get to the second half, we're going to see some more guys get in from New Canaan, especially for senior night. Some of those younger guys we'll see.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there, PJ, as we will head into halftime. Everyone just kind of leaving the field just a little bit early. And it's New Canaan 49, Norwalk 7, and what a half it's been for New Canaan, and it's been all Rams so far, and we'll see if that one will kind of hold as we go into the second half. And as you mentioned, PJ, maybe seeing some more people get onto the field will kind of be that main thing for New Canaan. And, it's been all about the seniors so far in this first half. And for more on the seniors and senior night, we're going to go down to Will Sexton for his first time on the sideline. Will Sexton, Will, take it away.
What's up, NCTV? I'm Will Sexton, new face on camera for most of you. And, man, I really thought this was going to be a lot closer game, as the Bears did get the touchdown on the first drive. But, I mean, the Rams have been killing it, especially on the defense, and especially on senior night. I mean, we had tons of plays by many seniors, including Michael Smith, Simon Chakarov, Will Sullivan, and Trey Walker. I mean, interceptions on fumbles, recovery, just so much. It's a really big defensive game, and New Canaan's playing really well. Hopefully, maybe it'll get a closer game, but anyways, back to you guys at the booth.
Thank you, Will. Great report there. And that will be it for the first half here at Dunning Stadium. New Canaan 49, Norwalk 7. We will be back to you at the start of the second half, and we'll send it away to the sponsors.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commission, residential, and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile, you're in good hands. Platinum sponsor, Frangio Engineering. Planning on putting a pool or addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangio Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni, Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet, have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist you with all of your automotive needs. Platinum sponsor, Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands, and welcome the New Canaan community to their newly renovated store this fall. Go Rams. Platinum sponsor, Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company, serving all of Fairfield County. Platinum sponsor, Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's market has supported NC Rams athletics and your entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We'd also like to thank our gold sponsor, Performance Optimal Health, who proudly supports all New Canaan Rams athletes in their 2023-2024 seasons. Their team helps clients achieve their health goals through exercise, recovery, nutrition, and stress management. They offer their congratulations to all teams competing this season. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams.
If you want to stay updated on all our Rams sports, please follow us on Instagram and Twitter at NCTV78. And in order to watch our bi-weekly broadcasts, live streams of the NCHS sports, and our podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel, also at NCTV78. Thank you, and let's go Rams!
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum.
We'd like to welcome you back for the start of the second half action here at Dunning Stadium. It's New Canaan 49, Norwalk 7. PJ, I'll start with you. What a first half that was for New Canaan after going down 7-0 early to start that game. 49 unanswered from New Canaan. What have you seen so far?
Yeah, I mean, it was just great defense, forcing turnovers. Right, this Norwalk team has lost 3 fumbles and an interception by Mike, or actually, sorry, 2 interceptions. You also had the one by Trey Walker.
Yep.
But it was just an all-around great defensive performance, giving them great field position, seems like every single drive. And then also the offense being able to convert in the red zone has really been a game changer.
Yeah, Rob, I'll go over to you again. Kind of same question. It's 49-7 for New Canaan after going down early. What have you seen from New Canaan in that first half to really start to end it?
I mean, it's just everything that's been going right so far for New Canaan, whether that be on offense, defense, and even special teams. Tucker Stevens has looked great kicking the ball off every time. The defense, forcing turnovers, like PJ just said. And then the offense, they've been taking every opportunity that's been given to them so far. I mean, you had that one punt in the first quarter. Other than that, you have had 0 blemishes on that track record right now. I think they've scored on every possession they've had except for that one drive where they had the punt.
Yeah, and, for PJ, some of these backup guys now getting in for the Rams, and I think we'll kind of expect that throughout the rest of this game, but those guys have already been making impacts in this game.
Yeah, and, it's, we've seen guys like E.J. Kalatides, with the touchdown on the jet sweep, Rob, your guy, that was a great moment, and I think we're just going to continue to see that. This is kind of, one of those games that we're going to see guys come in this second half, probably, anticipate a lot of Finn Mako touches in the run game, especially with Stein, with the illness being pretty much limited.
Here's the kickoff. We are underway to start off this second half here. Looks like it was James McInerney on that kickoff return. And Rob, the New Canaan offense will head back out into the field. You're up by 42. What should we expect right now?
I mean, yeah, like PJ was saying, we're going to be seeing a lot more of the younger guys get their chance to shine. I mean, that doesn't look like the case right now. I see a bunch of the starters still in there. Or maybe not. There comes Cuesta and Espo out of the game. But, yeah, Luke Robinson's still in the game. But right now, you've got a comfortable lead, and I think that you can afford to put some of the younger guys in as soon as possible.
Looks like we've got Mako, we've got Kalatides, and we've got Benny Hegel in at X.
And still have Valente and Charlie Koch, those regular starters, in right now for New Canaan, along with Robinson. Hegel coming across in motion. There's the first touches for Finn Mako, the sophomore. He'll get a few there. And, PJ, I think one of those stories of that first half was how good that New Canaan offensive line played, because it seemed like Hudson and Kenny had so many holes, and I think right now that's the strength of this New Canaan team.
Yeah, this New Canaan, the run game has been phenomenal in years past, and tonight is just another demonstration of that with, the size. We've talked about it like almost every single time the Rams have run the ball. The size comparison has been great in favor of the Rams, and the O-line is really bullying this Norwalk D-line, creating a lot of holes.
Here we go, second down and 9. Here's Mako again. There's a couple Bears defenders there getting in on the tackle, so that'll bring up a third down for New Canaan. And Rob, first third down of the second half for the Rams is pretty good conversion rate in that first half. So
yeah,
what do you think we'll see here?
Unfamiliar territory here for New Canaan. Yeah, it is their their second, third string guys, but it's gonna be interesting to see what they do here. I'd expect to see maybe a pass to Hegel or Koch just to keep the drive going. But hey, it's running clock. This is gonna be a very fast second half. So.
Yeah, so obviously with the running clock now, we'll imagine it will be by pretty quick here. So here we go, third down and 7 for the Rams. See Koch all the way on that left side, along with Valente right next to him. So there's Valente going across in motion, third straight handoff right there for Mako, and he's not going to have enough.
3 yards shy, I think.
Yeah, for the first down, and we'll see if that New Canaan special teams and the punt unit will come out, led by Bennett Perticello. We'll see if they send those guys out.
I gotta say, not often you see a tight end go in motion, I feel like.
Yeah.
Looks like that was just kind of a play to maybe it might be recycling.
So yeah, Perticello and the punt group will come out here on this 4th and 2. Yeah, 2 guys back there for Norwalk.
Well, I think with, Perticello's accuracy, if you kind of open up the field on one side, he's going to try and place it in there and land it, in great positioning and let it trickle down even farther. So that's why you've got to have 2 guys back there if you're Norwalk.
Perticello
almost looked like he was going to fake it there.
Yeah, I
for
was
a
saying
second.
the Aussie-style punt that we see a lot of college punters do, where they kind of run to the one side that they favor.
That's that rollout that they do whenever they try to go fake it. That's what Pert kind of tries to disguise what he's trying to do there.
Saw that last year almost every single time with Luke Reed. Obviously Tigeroff before that phenomenal leg. He was just able to kind of step into a 1-2 and boot it away.
So the Norwalk Bears offense will take over down by 42, but we'll see the quarterback play of Mason Rena, who in that first half, PJ, I'll say he played pretty impressive, and he's able to roll out and use his mobility a lot. Obviously, he does have a few of those interceptions, as there's a quick handoff there for Norwalk. See Ryan Francis in there, along with a couple other guys. See Mikey Hierman as well. And, but yeah, going back to that, PJ, I think Mason Rena, besides the interceptions, I'd say he had a pretty good first half, just evading pressure so much.
Yeah, I mean, he's been getting chased every single play, whether it's Simon Chuckarov, Mike Harris, Ryan Francis. They're all back there every single play. Mikey Hierman, too, another guy who was phenomenal last game against Wilton, like we talked about. But, he's been rolling out of the pocket, seems, every single play, and really has had no time to throw.
It was a nice tackle kind of in that whole bunched up area. I think that was actually Zando Cannon involved on that tackle.
Yeah, Zando Cannon not wearing number 2 today, as we mentioned earlier. But Zando, he's been dedicated to this program all 4 years that he's been here. Great player, able to read the play very well. Great, IQ out there, although maybe his athletic ability isn't the greatest. He's still, football is also a mental game, as, we've been talking about.
Yeah, that one was dropped there by Jackson Airline for Norwalk on their own 26. And it'll bring out that special teams unit and the punt team. So New Canaan will jump right back out there.
Yeah, that was just another perfectly placed ball by Reno right there. And, I mean, that's been the story the entire night. He's been dotting his guys up, but it's just not enough. It feels like nothing's enough against this New Canaan defense.
Yeah, so it's Mike Smith back there. He's having a day himself, especially on defense, Rob.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like he's involved in almost all these turnovers. And he'll be the man back for the punt. This one will bounce a little. He's just going to let that one roll. And it's going to be downed by Norwalk. And
Michael Smith, his stats look great on the year, but this game is just going to be a bit of an inflation right here.
Yeah, and as we have a little bit of a break here, just want to tap on an out-of-town score, right? This one a big one. Darien 28, Wilton 20 at the half. That's a huge score, right? The Rams, who had just beaten Wilton 32-0, beat them, very dominantly. And Wilton, a team that beat this Norwalk Bears team actually, lost to this Norwalk Bears team early in the year at, Jack Casagrande Field, which is the new home of the Bears for these, few coming years. But that's a huge score, especially with New Canaan. They've always got the Turkey Bowl back in their mind.
And, I think we have a new quarterback out in the field right there. Who we got there, PJ?
That's Quinn Jens.
Yeah,
Wearing the Guardian cap.
Guardian cap there for Quinn Jens. There's a nice hole there for Finn Mako. But, yeah, it's going to be the sophomore Quinn Jens, Rob, and a little change at quarterback, taking Robinson out, up 42. Definitely the smart decision.
Absolutely. I mean, these are two guys that Coach Marinelli's been very excited about. I mean, he's obviously told us, how much he's looking forward to playing Mako in the future. But, I mean, Quinn Jens, yeah, he's going to be a great option to have a quarterback a couple years down the stretch.
PJ, what can you tell us a little about Quinn Jens?
Quinn Jens, he's kind of been overshadowed by Maddox Hoffman these past couple of years, rising through the ranks. But now Jens, he's kind of getting his opportunity. Hoffman and Jens both have, had injuries this year, which have sidelined them for like a game or two. But Jens, he's got a great ability to read the field, to see his receivers, and to put the ball on the money.
Yeah, that was the handoff there to Finn Mako. Got about 5 yards there, enough for a first down and ball right at the 50-yard line. You see every play Jens is going over the sideline talking to Mike Collins, so maybe he's not familiar with the entire playbook, just kind of going over there and getting the gist of everything. But obviously he hopes success, for the new kid, because Luke Robinson being a senior, who knows in the next couple of years when you're going to have to need a quarterback. So,
but also I think, Jens, right, he's the JV quarterback, so he might have a little bit of a different, playbook and, some different signals in this varsity team. So, that might be why he's just going over, talking to Hoffman, who's, he's got the headphones on, talking to the coaches every play and getting the play signal.
So that was an 11-yard gain from Mako, and it just seems that, Rob, as it was in the first half with Hudson Kenny getting the ball, now it's Finn Mako, and he's doing great.
Yeah, this rushing attack, it's hardly skipped a beat. I mean, the holes are opening up, and both running backs, they're taking them.
Jens is going to hand that one off again to Mako. He's still up on his feet, breaking a tackle. Finn Mako along that sideline. He gets pushed out of bounds. And how about that, Rob? Just mentioned it. He's doing a great job, and he breaks free there and puts the Rams in the red zone.
Well, I'd expect them to, just keep on hammering that with that inside zone type play, just going right up the B gap. And
looks like we've got a flag down. I think this one might be coming back.
Yeah. And they're walking back.
Does look like it. Yeah, so hold on New Canaan. That one just kind of sucks a little bit for Mako. It breaks free as the big run, but that's going to be pushed back. But, you got
good on film.
He'll get another chance, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
This clock's still running. And, you mentioned to Rob how fast it's going to go. It's already 2:30 in this third quarter. So
that's running clock.
Yeah, exactly. So Jens going over it on that sideline, talking to Coach Collins and Maddox Hoffman. Going back to that huddle, and also, with that, you can just let the play clock go a little bit more, and you're going over to the sideline.
Might as well if it gets everyone out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Getting the signals. Yet to throw the ball is Quinn Jens. It's been a handoff to Mako every time so far.
I wouldn't expect him to air the ball out.
Yeah, and there's no need to either.
Yeah, exactly.
Mako again. Great blocks from that New Canaan offensive line. Get a gain of a couple there.
Yeah, and, going back to what I said earlier about Quinn Jens kind of being, during youth football and whatever, being kind of the secondary guy to Hoffman. The same has been said about Luke Robinson, right? Robinson only started playing football in 7th grade, and he was always kind of seen by, the backup to Russie. Obviously, Russie had that short stint his sophomore year when he played with the injury to Ty Groff. But last year, Alex Russie wound up playing receiver as Robinson was playing quarterback. And obviously Russie's not here now, but Robinson still, kind of has the upper hand on him now.
Jens in the gun. Again, it's going to be another handoff to Mako. What a push there.
It's like Connor Furman really pushing that pile.
By that Rams offensive line, and that's really good, PJ.
It is. This Rams line doesn't look like we have many substitutions. I think we've got Grant Hickey in, which is really the only change from the starting line. Obviously, this line has been injury-riddled all season long. So, they're not going to have a ton of guys to kind of fill in spots. They've only got probably about 7 or 8 guys fit enough to play the offensive line right now. So, we're going to see a lot of the same guys staying in the entire time. So, expect a lot of big pushes and big runs.
Second down and 3. If they do decide to snap the ball, will be the last play of this third quarter, which they do. Jens hands that one off to Mako. Nice little juke there by the sophomore Mako, and that will bring an end to that third quarter, and we'll head to the fourth. No one scored in that third quarter, Rob, but that's kind of what you expect with both teams, or at least I should say New Canaan milking the clock and just trying to let it run out, let the kids go home.
Yeah, I wouldn't really expect to see any scoring come in this half, maybe a touchdown or a field goal, but I gotta say that was great vision by Mako right there. I mean, he saw I believe that was Valente coming down on that block, and that was able to really set him up so he could make his cut inside. Great vision. Then he made another cut in the second level of the middle linebackers, and that was able to get him a nice 10-yard gain. And I mean, yeah, it's going to look great for him on film.
PJ, obviously a slow third quarter in terms of what's going on in the field, but obviously fast in terms of the clock moving by, and I think that's kind of what we expect once it goes to that running clock and those backups start to get in. So do you think we're going to see another score in this fourth quarter? Or?
Maybe we'll see one here from Mako, just kind of running it in, right? The Rams are kind of pounding the rock on the ground, and there's not a lot of room left to go, so maybe we'll see one, from Mako punching it in.
Yeah, ball's on the 10-yard line here, so, maybe you're right, we'll see Mako run one in, but, go 56-7, that would be something. Is that New Canaan offense in the huddle over on the sideline, getting their instruction. Still be ready to head back out onto the field.
I'll tell you, the defense, they're going to be a bit upset after this game that they weren't able to force the shutout. I remember my sophomore year, I believe it was against Wilton. Maybe not because we shut them out, but there was one game where, unfortunately, our defense was able to let up a couple points, and they were beating themselves up about that. But obviously, that's not the main takeaway from tonight.
Yeah, there's the handoff. Mako took a shot there. Hopefully he's all right. Yeah. Kind of first.
He's a tough guy.
Yeah, he keeps getting up. He keeps fighting every single play. You watch him. This is a kid who played football with me. He was actually in my grade. Me and you, Ryan.
Yeah.
He would have been a junior. Instead, repeated 8th grade twice, and started playing running back. The second time around, then played last year. Made varsity. He's a really great athlete. He's got great athleticism. I believe his uncle is some sort of Olympian wrestler or something like that. I've heard he's kind of a superhuman athlete. So
good bloodline there.
Yeah,
play
good
sports.
Bloodline, I was about to say.
Good athleticism. So we have a 2nd and 10, just at the 10-yard line. So see if we have a timeout maybe on the field, or
I think they're moving it back.
Delay game. So delay game. It's pushing that one back 5 yards. So that'll be a 2nd and 15.
Look like we've got the kind of offensive line substitutions in. Looks like a couple guys. I think Thomas Chukarov in playing center. Bennett Perticello at tight end instead of punter.
Yeah, he got some reps in that last week. That delay of game penalty, that's going to come with a sophomore inexperienced quarterback. That's just growing pains, and it's, better to get that out of the way now as opposed to
Mako got that handoff for about 6 yards. So we have a 3rd and 9, and who knows, maybe we'll imagine Mako gets this one, so maybe we don't see a touchdown in this drive. Could be a field goal for Stevens, as he's having a great night himself. 7-point afters.
Yeah.
There's a little run there by Mako. So here we go, 3rd and 9 for the Rams. Well, Norwalk player's on the wrong side there. He's getting back over. See about a 3-receiver set. And Mako right behind Jens. High snap, good save there by Jens. Hand that one right to Mako up the gut. Probably about 2 or 3 there, but that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That was really the second high snap in a row that Jens was able to save.
Yeah.
I don't know, just great athleticism right there.
It looks like the offense going to stay.
So offense staying out there. Jens going over.
I don't know, the stick says that it's 1st down. I think that's a little.
I haven't seen 4th and 6.
Yeah, I don't know if the stick. That's maybe something Rocco would do. But it is a 4th down. I think
keep that hand up when you spot the ball. It's kind of the referee.
It's a problem that's affecting a lot of people, but over there it does say 1st, but it is 4th. It's Mako running over into the huddle, a little late with the break.
You got time.
Yeah. So here's Jens. Here you go, 4th down and 6. Handoff up to Mako. Can he get into the end zone?
don't think he's gonna.
No, he's going to be stopped.
Defense comes out.
Just short. The Rams defense will come out, but Norwalk's pin, maybe a safety. We could see a safety, get a little 2-point.
Know.
You would 51-7. Could that be? I mean, score
that
could be a
possible.
scoregami.
High school
51-7. Who knows? But yeah, I mean that
Definitely
Norwalk.
that's what we see every day.
Yeah, exactly. But that Norwalk offense, we should get a high school scoregami Twitter. Somebody could definitely start that up.
That would be a lot of work for whoever's
It would.
doing that.
But I would thank them every week. But as the Norwalk offense will come out, see, yeah, the ball on the own 3-yard line. Yeah. So we'll see. Imagine they'll just try
Looks
and run.
Looks like Rena's still in at quarterback. That's a little interesting.
Yeah, because obviously you don't want to risk any injury. You know, you never know what could happen.
Yeah. Looks like, you know, we've got a lot of defensive substitutions here for the Rams. Boast alert, notable substitution there. We talked about
fumble recovery.
The fumble recovery earlier, yeah.
Here we go, handoff. Kind of cutting over to that right side. Nice hit over there. No, far from our vantage point. It's a little hard to tell who's kind of in on there getting the stops, but only a gain of about maybe 2 yards, 1 or 2. Minimal gains there for Norwalk.
Yeah, it's a good job staying out of the end zone. You don't want to. I mean, not that it's going to make much of a difference in the final score and the result, but you just don't want to let up any more points.
Yeah, it was Jaden Diaz and then Brendan Wells in there for the tackle. 2nd down and 7 ball on their own 6. There's another handoff up that gut. A whole front 7 of New Canaan in there to force the stop, and we'll have a 3rd down here.
Yeah, now it looks like you got some of those younger guys in. I see
Shane
Whartonby.
Right. I think at this point, this whole defense might be at 2nd line. Bo Slurd also in there.
Maybe Whartonby.
Stone Milligan at safety.
Whartonby will play some.
Yeah.
Stone Milligan at safety. He's the younger brother of Tucker Milligan. I remember he had that big game-stealing interception versus Fairfield Prep. Back I was a sophomore.
You also can't forget the 99-yarder, I believe.
School record, right?
Yeah, possibly school record. That one was fantastic against Wilton.
Yeah. So, let's see. I think it's a 4th down. 4th and 1. So Norwalk's just going to go for this one. Nothing to lose here.
Exactly.
Just do it on their own 12-yard line here.
We see a pass?
Rena sticking on the ground. See, I don't know if he got it. And ref is signaling 1st down, which it will be. It will be a 1st down. Just barely got enough for the 1st down, so that New Canaan defense will stay out on the field.
Josh Brown
Josh
in there.
Brown.
Great kid, you know, real physical player, physical tackler. And he was great. He was one of the guys that got pulled up to varsity last year as a freshman for the Turkey Bowl and playoffs.
So 1st and 10 for Norwalk. Pitch play to Diaz over on their own left side. Good cut there. A lot of tacklers for New Canaan. See that those main guys getting up there. Diaz with a nice little carry there, Rob.
Oh, yeah. One of those shifty guys really just able to get in there.
It looks like number 54, Jack Karchmet, coming in at linebacker. Karchmet, another guy who really, you know, embraces the New Canaan football pride, you know, loves going out there every single day and being out there with his teammates.
Yeah. And then there's also Ethan Kramer on the tackle. So there's Diaz again along that right side. He's picking up some good chunk plays here, running through that New Canaan 2nd line defense. And actually here comes Simon Chakarov.
I want to talk about Ethan Kramer. I mean, he was freshman last year on the track team, and he was honestly one of our better sprinters. I just feel like I got to give him a shout out as a captain.
That's fair.
Looks like Simon and Tommy Chekarov coming in, the brothers, in for looked like Juan Moreno and Shane Whartonby.
Diaz, nice tackle over on that side.
That's Kramer.
By Kramer. Good stop there. Everyone's getting hype over there.
I know Nico Caruso, number 38, he was kind of getting locked down in his block right there, but he was able to contain him inside, and that's where Kramer was able to make that tackle.
2nd down and 8 for Norwalk. See, probably will be Jane Diaz again, motion over to that right side. Yep, Diaz again getting that pitch play. Cutting back alongside. He's got a lot of room there, Jaden Diaz, but nice tackle by, I think it was Kramer again. He's involved on a lot of these plays, and you don't like to see that. Jaden Diaz is still down on the field. Looks like he's getting up, but a little slow to get up, and that's just what you hate to see, especially, Rob, in a game where it's 49-7. It's a 42-point lead, and looks like he's getting back up, but you just got to make sure he's all right.
I mean, yeah, it's as much as you want to keep your guys in there, get them those extra reps. I mean, I feel like you just got to preserve your best players, especially Diaz right there. Yeah, it's just hard to see. And hey, he's still running good. That's a nice run right there.
Yeah, he's still going. He's getting brought down hard, though. I mean, I'm surprised he's not getting subbed out yet. A couple of those New Canaan linebackers and defensive linemen in there for the stop, PJ.
Now it looks like subs are coming in.
And, just to give a quick little shout out, number 55 for Norwalk, Ben Descala. Great kid. Grew up going to school with him. Started in that Darien game, actually. Just a real hard worker, die-hard Lions fan. So shout out to Ben.
Michael Sexton, our sideline reporter.
Yeah. He was at the Lions game last week, I believe.
There's
in Detroit.
Lucky.
Handoff over there.
Ooh.
Nice. Oh, low hit over there. We'll see who was involved in that stop. A little hard to tell. That was a new ball carrier, though.
James
for
Johnson.
Norwalk. James Johnson. There's the NBA player, former NBA player, James Johnson as well. Couldn't see who was involved in that hit. There's a nice tackle over there. We'll see if we can really see that on the replay.
Hard hit that I don't think a lot of guys would get up from, but he bounced right on up there.
I think it was Marsili on the stop over there.
Yeah, Marcelo, he was one of those guys who got pulled up to varsity right at the end of the season last year. So he's got a little bit of extra experience.
Other handoff.
Oh. Nico
Big
Caruso.
stop over there. Yeah, you see some guys. I heard a Chris Blair somewhere from, I think maybe down by the sideline, and obviously Nico Caruso, some of those guys.
I don't see Chris Blair in there.
I heard a Chris Blair. Maybe we'll see him get
now
in.
Blair
There he
just
is. Now he just came in now.
It's an NCTV,
Yeah, in the class. Brody Towers was involved with that tackle.
Hey, number 81. Good to see someone rep it. My number my sophomore year.
Towers' number is junior year.
Yes, and there's
James. Right now.
I think that was also Salert's number last year, right?
Yeah.
It was.
The
That's right,
31
yeah.
cycle.
Yeah.
Johnson gets the handoff there. Bunch of stops, defenders in there. That's going to bring up 4th down. And Rob, you do Beyond the Whistle, right? It's a podcast that
That's
NCTV
right,
does.
yes,
You want to do a little plug right now?
Oh, I would love to. So, yeah, me and Henry Lapin, another guy in the class, we've been working very hard on these Beyond the Whistle podcasts. And, Bill, I mean, you've been on a couple
I've been
of
a
these.
couple, yeah.
You're a very, very integral part to these. And
Oh, thank you.
a lot of fun.
Appreciate that.
If you want to go check it out, it's on our YouTube channel. We spent a lot of time making and producing those. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot
mean
of
a
fun
lot to
doing
us.
it, and Johnson got crushed on that hit. There's like 5 guys in the backfield right now, and the little man is making a lot of guys back there making some of those stops. And I think we'll have a turnover on downs. That would just bring us to the end.
Yeah, I
of the
think that's
game.
just bringing us to the end. So your final score, 49-7. Rams, 49 unanswered points.
Yeah,
that was huge.
Yeah, starting down 7-0, and Rob, New Canaan 49 unanswered. The end of winning 49-7 that second half. Obviously much slower, but rightfully so when you got the backups in. And still Norwalk were trying. They're getting some good plays, some chunk plays, especially by Johnson at the end there. But Rob, tell us what you liked about this game.
I mean, I think you know what I'm going to like. I loved seeing all the younger guys get their chances to shine, especially EJ Colatides getting that touchdown, man. Yeah, that's just something really a bit of a morale booster, especially for the younger guys and especially the older guys. I like to see the those inexperienced guys eat.
Yeah, and PJ, I'll just go to you quickly with this game. Again, New Canaan had that adversity at first. They were down 7-0, but then you saw those guys like Esposito and Cuesta, and that whole offense starting to go together. Hudson Kenny, great game on the ground. What do you see?
I mean, that was, you looked at that first play from scrimmage and the huge pass to Kevin Gordon, and I think, some fans in the stands were thinking, this game might not go as we expected, and then, 4th down, the Bears were able to score from the 3-yard line, but, some people, thought that could have been, a game changer and that Norwalk might come into this one swinging. Instead, the Rams shut down those kind of whispers immediately and were able to get running and, didn't look back.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a really good all-around game from New Canaan. And, again, first quarter, maybe it looks a little questionable, but they forced those turnovers, Rob. That was such a big part of the game tonight, was the turnovers.
Absolutely. I mean, if it weren't for those turnovers, I think we're going to have a much different impact on the scoring. But, yeah, the defense really just came up so clutch, and that's why we were able to see a 42-point win on senior night for the Rams.
Yeah, so, again, reminder, schedule-wise, New Canaan, they go at Brian McMahon next week. That will be 6 p.m., while Norwalk will take on Fairfield Ward next Friday night as well. So those are those two upcoming games for both of these teams. And we're going to send it down to Will Sexton on the sideline, who is just more about this game. Will, take it away.
What's up, NCTV?
I'll do this.
And we're back. I mean, what a game.
Last game.
Rams blowing out the Bears.
Okay.
Now 6-1. Bears 2-5. I mean, between the offense and defensive side of the ball, they just had an amazing game. You could see the Rams are fired up after their blowout win against the Bears. I mean, defense played amazing. Ton of seniors on senior night played great, including Michael Smith with an interception, Simon Chakarov with an forced fumble and a sack, and Trey Walker with a forced fumble and another sack. I mean, they honestly just played great. And yeah, back to you guys at the booth.
All right, so thank you, Will. So the next game that we as NCTV will be covering, that's going to be November 15th versus Bridgeport Central. PJ, I think you'll be on the call on that one with Kane Leslie, right?
I believe that's the indication as of right now.
Yeah,
Ryan.
yeah. I will not be able to go to the game, but I will be watching. And then
Yeah.
obviously the Turkey Bowl every Thanksgiving, we're doing that one at Darien this year, 10 a.m. on Thanksgiving morning. So that's the upcoming games for us as NCTV. And PJ, I know you have some people to thank on the crew right now.
Yeah, before we go, we'd like to thank our crew. First of all, our producer, of course, we couldn't do this without him, Andrew Mank, great guy. Our TD, Bracelin Flood. Bracelin doing a great job, flipping the cameras. He does what you guys see on screen. Our cameramen, Cole Esposito, Michael Cuesta, and John Frieders doing all the camera work behind the scenes. Replay, Nick Placencia, getting all those great replays that you guys see. Our audio, Avery Jakovic, once again, just adjusting that so you guys can hear us. Our graphics, Luke Pareda, doing a great job getting all those great graphics that you guys see up. And then our sideline producer, the fourth member of our crew, Will Sexton. Us three, PJ Neville, Ryan Bell, Rob Frangione. And then also our advisor, Roman Cebulski, and athletic director, Jay Egan. I think that's going to be all from us. We're going to send it to our sponsors.
Yeah, again, thank you, everyone, from Ryan Bell, Rob Frangione, and PJ Neville. We hope everyone has a good night. We'll send it away to the sponsors, and we'll see you as NCTV versus Bridgeport Central on November 15th.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commission, residential, and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile, you're in good hands. Platinum sponsor Frangione Engineering. Planning on putting a pool or addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist you with all of your automotive needs. Platinum sponsor Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands and welcome the New Canaan community to their newly renovated store this fall. Go Rams. Platinum sponsor Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company, serving all of Fairfield County. Platinum sponsor Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's Market has supported NC Rams athletics and your entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We'd also like to thank our gold sponsor, Performance Optimal Health, who proudly supports all New Canaan Rams athletes in their 2023-2024 seasons. Their team helps clients achieve their health goals through exercise, recovery, nutrition, and stress management. They offer their congratulations to all teams competing this season. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams!
If you want to stay updated on all our Rams sports, please follow us on Instagram and Twitter at NCTV78. And in order to watch our bi-weekly broadcasts, live streams of the NCHS sports, and our podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel also at NCTV78. Thank you, and let's go Rams!